This is ANCONA TALK. Our channel is for the ambitious, for the hungry, for those who will never quit and always produce results and find a way to succeed. Here you're going to get access to a series of hand-picked interviews conducted by Peter J. Ancona as we explore the strengths, ambitions, and mindsets of the top producers at Ancona Real Estate and also our dedicated community leaders. So we encourage you, keep growing, keep learning, and one day soon, we could end up interviewing you right here. Enjoy today's video. Nikki, thank you for coming to another episode of ANCONA Talk, where we highlight some magnificent people within our company and also the community. So I appreciate you being here. I know we've known each other a long time, and we're going to have a little bit of fun with today's interview so we could relax. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you back in time to the moment, the thought, the day where you decided to become a real estate agent. Do you remember it?
Yes. Peter, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here. So I do remember. It was just a natural feeling that I really wanted to be a part of the real estate world, something that I really feel became natural. I've always been in more of a luxury selling space and high ticket items, and this was just something that really caught me. I love finishes, I love buildings, I love views, I love everything that real estate has to offer, and then now it's more so transitioned into not that and more so just helping people and really being a part of the community and making those connections and building those relationships.
But was there a moment, like were you eating ice cream at home and binge watching a show, or had a conversation with a friend or a family member, and you're like, I think I could do this. I think I could.
Okay, so I broke my ankle.
You broke your ankle.
And I was super bored. And I was
Okay.
sitting at home and I said, what can I do to really fill up my time and make myself feel good about myself and progress in this world and do something that I really want to do and I have my heart set on. So I actually had a broken ankle and I went to the classes and I signed up and I just sat there with my leg up and I just learned, and it was amazing, and it was definitely almost supposed to happen because it forced me to have to take a moment to pause and think about my life and the impact that I wanted to make moving forward.
That's interesting, because everything always happens for a reason, right? So if
Yeah.
you didn't break your ankle, we wouldn't be sitting here today, maybe, right? Because you wouldn't have that moment to think about it.
Exactly.
By the time you got your license, was your ankle healed? Because as a realtor, you need to walk.
Yes. I was only out for like 6 weeks, and then by the time those 6 weeks were over, I was already with a broker and ready to go. So it ended up working out timing perfectly.
And then how did we cross paths? How did you find our company, or who introduced it to you, or how the heck did we end up meeting each other?
I saw your marketing online. Your marketing is phenomenal. The videos, the views, I was inspired by the buildings that you were filming in. I thought that they were some of the most spectacular architecture that I've ever seen, and I never have seen ocean views from 60 feet in the air before, and the drone photos are just absolutely inspiring, and so I wanted to be a part of it. So I reached out to you, and you reached back in like 5 minutes, and we met the next day.
Did we talk from Instagram, YouTube, or
Instagram.
email? It was Instagram. Wow,
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah. So in an earlier episode, we had someone say a similar thing, which is wild.
Yeah.
Which is wild when you think about it.
It's a good thing.
So then we have an amazing interview, you join, and then we're really big on training. And our training is currently 125 hours of craziness, 3 months to get to a high standard of professionalism to service the clients, and really challenging what the agent thinks they can do and changing their mindset. So all of that starts with this long day that's 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. It's a 12-hour day, and we do it with a group of a minimum of 10 people. And you were in that day. Tell me about the experience for you. And I know you were so dedicated as to be here super early. So tell me about that day and what it was for you.
It was definitely a day of transition, in definitely, like you said, in mindset, mind state, but really introducing to us who we need to become in order to be successful in this space. And there were definitely a lot of changes that I needed to make in order to make sure that I was that individual that had that level of expertise, professionalism. I had the confidence to go out and meet new people and meet those clients and every day have a really good day and shine that positivity and light on other people so that way they really got to see the true Nikki. And I've only gotten better and better ever since that training.
Well, we share a lot of similar values, right? So then
Mhm.
that's pretty cool. So then you took to that training with super excitement. Was there an aha moment or something you're like, I knew this, but now it clicks with me?
Yes, definitely. It took a little while for it to click. Telling people that I was a realtor, you had us call everybody that we knew and let them know that we're a realtor.
Right.
But I feel like people didn't have that image yet, so I really had to make them believe that this is who I am. And now they do. They know that this is who I am because you just have to almost create that new identity for yourself. And so that really stuck with me that this is my new identity. I am here. I'm a top realtor. I'm going to take over this city and I'm going to help people.
Well, with the topic of the identity, you shared with me your friends have a nickname for you now.
Yes. So I started off Luxury by Nikki, and that was my Instagram name. And it kind of just developed where people started seeing me as that. And now they just don't even call me Nikki anymore. They just call me Luxury. So when I walk in the building, they're like, oh, Luxury's here. And then I always try to have a little new piece of luxury every time, whether it be a new little piece of jewelry or a new little bag or a new hair brooch or pin. And
Nice,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
fun, and people like to play along with the Luxury by Nikki.
Or you're morphing into who you're becoming, and it's interesting because most luxury brands, they're a single name, right? So you went from luxury with Nikki now to luxury, which is kind of awesome. So you have this wonderful day of training. You're super excited. We laid down for you guys foundations and routines. And one of the routines is to go to new construction projects. What the heck did you think of that process? Putting yourself in the environment over and over again of some of the most expensive properties in the world.
That's my favorite part of
What's your favorite part?
being a realtor. I mean, other than closing those deals, being in those spaces of those luxury buildings, the feeling that it has, the energy, you know that you're part of something exquisite. You know that this stone that made this countertop is some of the most expensive stone in the world, and you can feel the energy off of it. The chandeliers, the views, it's powerful and it's wonderful to be a part of it.
As a fun topic of stone, you've been to the Armani building in Sunny Isles. When you look at the common areas, you'll see that all of the granite lines up on the floor. So there's not one single vein that's missing. And what the developer told me when they built that building was they took out an entire section of a mountain, brought it to Miami, and then lined up all of the stone to make something extraordinary that most people never even see. You know, that's the attention to detail that we're seeing. Now, you went on all these wonderful projects. Was there one that stood out to you that you were like, this is unbelievable. I would live here in a moment. This is the project I'm focusing all of my effort and energy to. It blew me away.
There's so many, and everything offers a different lifestyle. But I really love the new Faina building that they're putting up on the river. I think it's exquisite. I think that it's truly going to change the whole energy of the river. And I love that it has more character. I love that they integrate the murals and the culture in all of the architecture. So you're almost buying a piece of art instead of just another unit. And the lifestyle behind it, the yacht that's going to take you up and down the river, and dining, and just the overall being able to be a part of that whole district and the feeling and the energy that that building has, I think it's absolutely special.
It is special because the other Faina building on the beach, you don't have as many affordable units, right? Because one bedrooms there start a little over $1 million. But also there's no inventory on the Miami Beach location, right? So here we have a whole bunch of inventory. What did you think of those penthouses that were 30 million each?
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
gorgeous. And I think that just those little touches, like I said, the finishes are they're like none other. And like how the art is integrated in every piece, it really adds so much character because there's a lot of buildings in Miami and they're gorgeous, but some of them lack a little bit of that character. And they're still at that price point, but you don't have the gold and the murals and the just even the bar that's going to be built by the pool and everything. It's just going to be so extravagant. And you want that feeling and you want that energy when you're investing in something of that nature.
Yeah, I
at
mean,
that price
it's
point.
really cool because they have not only the sales center, right? They have an experience area where we could take the clients.
Yes.
And then if that's not enough experiences, we just take them to the hotel and then kind of show them where it is, and that sells themselves. So I could see why you chose that one. That's pretty cool.
I love the theater.
The theater, right?
That's what I do in my free time. I love to go see ballets and symphonies, and I love the Faena Theater. I think it has a really spectacular feeling to it. And so the fact that they're going to integrate that into that building too is really exciting. They're going to have live jazz and just really creates almost like a sultry atmosphere as well.
Yeah, that's pretty special. And I want to touch base on unique to you, your superpower to attract those clients that are going to buy at Faena or they're going to hire you to sell a property, or what is unique that you think you bring to the table or is extraordinary compared to other real estate agents?
My refined level of service. I truly believe I go by luxury by Nikki, but I think that luxury truly is elite in the service that you're providing. And it also gives people a warm feeling inside and they know that they're being taken care of. And I feel like I very much excel at that and giving everyone around me that luxury experience.
That's pretty cool. So now, in addition to the projects, where would be your main farm areas?
I definitely focus on South Miami. I think it's a special place when you're leaving the city and you go through those banyan trees leading to Coral Gables.
It's beautiful,
And
right?
you start to just get that nature feel and all the foliage and how maintained it is and well kept the areas are. The homes are absolutely stunning. So that's where I'm from, and it's definitely where I focus.
You know, I love nature too. You know, there's nothing like being around it, being surrounded by it. You could see a nice neighborhood is nice by the landscaping, right? Also, what we're seeing now in these buildings again is an incorporation of more landscaping,
Yes.
right? So I was at a project yesterday where it was just jungle on the bottom, jungle in the middle, jungle on the roof.
Love it.
And that's what people are gravitating towards. I guess in a world where we're having more concrete, it's much needed to bring that nature in. But I do share that with you. You know, I love plants and I love nature. That's going to bring me to my next thing, and you kind of touched on it. What's something you do for fun, or that you love, or that you really enjoy, where your soul's alive and you're like, this is living?
Definitely the arts.
The arts.
I love shows. I love attending them. I love the feeling of sitting back and enjoying the performances, the music. I went to a ballet a few weeks ago and the dancers were performing, but the orchestra was below the stage. It was so powerful and beautiful. And aside from that, I love to run on the beach with my golden doodle. He likes to swim and we have a great time together.
Oh, it's beautiful. I had a golden doodle for 12 years. She was amazing. And
They're so
they're a
special.
joy. Yeah, they're such a joy. And so much love. And they don't shed. And they're little humans, right?
Yeah,
Which is
I
kind of
take them
cool.
everywhere with me.
So in line with those beautiful things between your dog and the arts, I want to bring you to tell me about your ideal client, your perfect ideal client. Who are they in the universe? Any details you want to share? Because you're kind of in one way talking to them and they're coming to you. So
Yeah, you
who would you say is
definitely
your ideal client?
you definitely manifest them. I think that somebody who is definitely an influential part of the community, someone who
Do they have a golden doodle?
they have a
Say
golden
they have a
doodle.
golden doodle? Okay.
They have a golden doodle. They also like the arts.
That was like that. Okay. So similar interests.
Run into them at Faena. No, but definitely somebody who's tied in with the community and really cares. They come to me. I get to show them their new community, lifestyle, luxury, and they love it.
And in the future, who's that ideal client? What are they buying? It could be anything you want, and you're calling it out into existence. So
I do want to sell a penthouse at the Delmar.
Okay. And how much is that?
They told me that they're releasing one at a time. The first one is 140 million.
Okay, only 140 million. The most
I feel
expensive
like
penthouse.
you have to become such a superstar and the type of person in order to sell that, and
Right.
I accept the challenge.
Okay, good, good. So they will be owning the arts theater.
They will be owning
or
your
owning catalogs of things. Okay. So just for kicks, pretend we're on that showing of $140 million penthouse. What would be your favorite part of being a real estate agent? What makes it magical?
I think sharing with the client why this is worth 140 million, why it's at that level, and why they should have it. I think, and then them agreeing with me. I think that would be absolutely spectacular, but just being able to really show them the value in it.
Okay, which brings them value knowing what asset they have.
Yes.
But then forget about the $100 million client, just on a day-to-day, what brings you joy helping others?
I love being able to find out what people's goals are and then helping them achieve it, and then maybe even take it a little further for them so that it's unexpected and they're even more overjoyed. I think it's super fun. But everybody purchases or sells real estate for a different reason, and I think it's really important to hone in on that and make sure that they feel fulfilled in that transaction.
For fun, house or condo? What would you prefer?
Condo.
Condo, okay. And the reason?
I've lived in both, and the house is a lot of maintenance, and I think it's for special people that want to really create that and put in that time and potentially hire the staff to maintain it as well. Whereas a condo, I love the security that it offers. I love the fact that you do get a pretty substantial view if you're on a high floor or one line. And I just really love the fact that it's a little bit more hands off. You can spend more time enjoying your life, and you have a little bit more staff on hand if you want to be served by the pool or concierge.
Yeah, it's
The
more of a
amenities.
personal question, which is, why I
Yeah.
asked. And we get a lot of vacation people that call us, right? And then sometimes their initial thought is, I want to be in a home, but then they always end up in a condo because of the reasons that you outlined. But then if people actually like live here, sometimes they'll get a house. It depends on a personal preference of
course.
how you want to live your life. But if you're traveling a lot and you're not there a lot, yeah, I get it. This is the part of Ancona Talk where you get to ask me a single question, anything you want to know about us or the company or about your broker, about the sales, anything fun that you can think of that you get to ask.
What's your most favorite deal ever? Like, if you could choose one that is at the top of your list that you had the most fun doing.
My most favorite deal ever is a great question. I'm going to pinpoint one that sticks out in my mind, and it was in the heart of COVID. We got a phone call, and it was an exceptional couple that did extraordinary things and had great success. And the whole process with them, I felt like they were at a different enlightened state. So there was a lot of like gratitude and grace and wonderful things from those points in time when it's COVID, right? So everyone around you. And then what happened is we ended up finding the property that they had explained to me in their mind, right? Like the identical property. And the other realtor we were dealing with had such poise and grace and elegance that it ended up becoming the most seamless transition. And at the time, it set a record. It was in Boca Raton. At the time, it set a record for one of the most expensive houses in the entire history of the area. So by the time the deal was done, the sellers were high-fiving each other. The buyers were high-fiving me, and the other agents were high-fiving each other. We all gave each other gifts. I mean, I always think of like, the bigger deals, they're easier because everybody's on a similar wavelength. A lot of times people think real estate agents are battling, but now when everybody's on the same wavelength of let's do the best possible job we could do for these beautiful clients on both sides. So that for me was an amazing thing. So the property itself ended up being able to fit a 110-foot yacht, which was one of the primary goals. And then when I follow up a year later, they did not put their yacht there because they did not want the staff that lived in that yacht in their backyard, which would have been good to know prior to us going crazy to find out, which I thought was fun. But yeah, that was a magical experience and learning curve, and then just to be around people who have exceptional wealth, but they don't show it, they don't talk about it, and they live with a lot of gratitude is special. You know?
I love
So yeah, thank you for that.
that. I love that.
So
And I
now
love
we're at the part of the end of the interview where I'm going to ask you in a moment to talk to your ideal client that's going to buy that $100 million penthouse, and tell them that you look forward to working with them, and that you'll see them soon, and that you'll begin that journey with them and how they can contact you. And I thank you for being a wonderful part of this brokerage, and your poise, your grace, your elegance, and your kindness is noticed.
Thank you, Peter.
And we appreciate you being on our talk show as well.
Thank you for having me on. I had a great time.
It was a pleasure. So now I leave it to you to talk directly to your client.
I am so excited that we are here in this gorgeous home that's going to provide you security and happiness and the utmost lifestyle here on the beach. And I am excited to support and guide you through this process. Thank you for choosing me, Luxury by Nikki. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at Luxury by Nikki.
All right. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you. Thank you. That was awesome. Our hope was today's video at ANCONA Talk inspired you and you found value. If you would like to work for our brokerage, connect with one of our many agents, or use our real estate services, then all of our contact information is below for you to message us and we'll immediately reply. We send you good fortune and blessings on your journey.